Okay, dudes, I'm here. I just gotta lower the mic. Give me a second. Okay. Now you should be able to hear me. I kind of go live first. I've been kind of doing this before I kind of set everything up, just because sometimes the live don't work right away. Sometimes I have to like redo it 2 or 3 times. So, and I get everything set up. Then as I don't go live, then I have to like move everything around, bring the keyboard back, set everything up. Got my. This isn't Thai tea. I'm in Thailand. This is a. I think it's a Taiwan. They call it like a Taiwan brown sugar, something like that. Drink with boba in it. It's actually pretty good. It's not healthy, by the way, but I'm pretty sure it's not healthy. Not at all. But Aang just brought it to me. I kind of got going a little bit later today. I was finishing up a video, and see if the ping, yeah, I see if the ping comment got up there. So I didn't go live the last couple days. We kind of had some stuff we had to deal with just in the morning and stuff like that. Then after we deal with it, quite honestly, I just didn't feel like going live. So we're kind of busy the last couple days. I'm going to be right back, okay? We got the puppies getting wild here. Huh? See? They're not supposed to be in here. See this? See this Orny little guy? See this Orny? He's the one that don't listen very good. Okay. And the other one listens but follows this bad boy. She's a girl, huh? She sees herself. You see herself? She can see herself there the first time she see herself. Okay, that's money. This is money. Lucky, come here. Oh, come here. I know. Lucky. This is Lucky. Money right here. She's the jealous one. This is Lucky. So he's the guy. He's the dude. But I don't want him running around in here because I'm afraid they're chew and pee. We're working on a potty train thing, but still, they're slipping up here and there. So, he sees himself maybe. See. Okay, let me put you back in the kitchen. I'll be right back. I'm not going to cut this. So a one take wonder and a one take live stream. So let's go. Okay, let's go, dudes. Money. Come. Wow. Okay, I'm back. What happened was Anne came home. She dropped off some stuff, dropped me off a drink, and she left right away to go pick up some papaya salad because she was craving some papaya salad. They heard her, so then Money, the girl, the ornery one, knows how to knock down. We have this like little gate that way they can't come into the living room only when we want them to. And they kind of stay in the kitchen. So while I'm working, I know where they are. So they saw her come home. I'm out of breath, but they saw her come home. So they're like really excited. And I can't really get mad at them because when they come in here and I see them, they're so flipping excited to see me when they know they're not supposed to be in here. They're so excited. Their faces are like, I found you. Like we're playing hide and seek. But anyway, the joys of going live. So you never know. They're doing it again. I'll be right back. Ah, this is going to be a comedy show. Reminds me when I used to work in entertainment, like take one and take two and take three. So no, I can hear her. Like it's so funny. This isn't about dogs. This is about the YouTube book review. But Money the girl, kind of a light one. She's more ornery. She's a little bit more hard headed, and she, she it's on like she's the one that does everything. She's the one that kind of like sneaks outside. Then Lucky will follow her. The guy will follow her. Then she's the one that knows how to knock down the gate that kind of come in here. And but Lucky won't do it. Lucky will just be sitting there looking at watching her, but he'll follow her in, but he won't do it. so so Aang and I, we kind of have a little chuckle about that sometimes. Might not be appropriate, but this is what Aang and I were talking about. We were talking about it in a joking manner that women never listen. women never listen. They always are hard headed and not listening and getting into trouble. And guys, we're the good ones. We listen. so, so, but we talk about that as a joke. But anyway, what do I have here? We got the book review. I know it's late, your guys' time. It's early my time. Um, so we are on YouTube. We are on chapter 14, I believe. Chapter 14 is Get Uncomfortable. Let me put my bad boy glasses on so I can see. Then last time I went in there, I got out the money. I spanked her a little bit. Not very hard, but just so she knows I'm serious. You don't mess with the Chad. Okay, now chapter 14 is on Get Uncomfortable. Now remember, if you're just kind of jumping into this, the book YOU², you can grab it on Amazon. It's not my book. It's by Price Pritchett. I get nothing out of it. I just think this is a great book. I've had it for a decade or so, something like that. But Price Pritchett kind of, it's only one-page chapters, but sometimes the chapters kind of end abruptly. It kind of just ends kind of mid-thought because he's moving that secondary thought into the next chapter. So just keep aware of that. But Get Uncomfortable, we're gonna see how it flows. I mean, it's kind of interesting to me. This is kind of my favorite topic, but let's see kind of how Price Pritchett puts a spin on it. I wish you could hear Money and Lucky. I can hear them in the kitchen. They're wrestling in there. I can hear them barking at each other. But anyway, let's get going. Quantum leaps jerk you out of your comfort zone. Isn't it true? Quantum leaps jerk you out of your comfort zone. This is 100% true. Like if you have to remember, I might have to shut this door. They're really playing in there. You can't hear it because these mics are pretty good drowning out background noise. But your dream life, your dream life is not in your comfort zone at all. What you want is not in your comfort zone. What you want is outside of your comfort zone. So remember what Price Pritchett is saying. The whole point of YOU² is you're doubling, tripling, quadrupling your life. Okay, that's what he means by quantum leaps. If you want to do quantum leaps in your life, okay, you got to get out of your comfort zone. Bottom line. Okay, what you want is not inside your comfort zone at all. Okay, you got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Listen to this. You got to get comfortable having that knot in your stomach when you do something. You got to get comfortable with having a little bit of anxiety to do something, okay, because you're a little bit nervous to do it. You got to get uncomfortable with worry, doubt, and fear. Don't let worry, doubt, and fear stop you. Let it be a trigger. When you have a little bit worried, doubt, and fear, listen to this. If you have a little bit worried, doubt, and fear, let it be, or let it tell you that you're on task. You're on point. You're going the right direction because you're a little bit nervous. Okay, that's what I mean. Okay. Now I only read one line here. We still got a little bit more to go. Okay, let's continue. Quantum leaps jerk you out of your comfort zone. Prepare yourself for a pretty wild ride. You're going to cover some unfamiliar terrain and encounter obstacles you've never faced before. It can feel like the safety chain linking you with behavior patterns that worked in the past is being stretched to the limit. At times, you may wonder if the situation is about to spin out of control. You know what I mean? Like, this kind of reminds me, like back in the day, I used to study all my back in the day. I was kind of lucky. All my mentors were millionaires, and they were young. You know what I mean? And I think they're still playing in there. And one of the things I learned is, hanging around wealthy, studying wealthy, reading books on wealthy and stuff like that, is that all of them had the same story. All of them had that immense feeling of quitting, but they didn't give in. Okay. They all had that immense feeling of quitting, but they didn't. They kept pushing. But they all had kind of a similar story. Like a week later, I got what I wanted. I got what I was striving for. Next month, I got what I was wanting. It just overnight, it kind of flipped upside down. That's what kind of comes to me when he says, like, you're out of your comfort zone. You feel like everything's spinning out of control. You don't know what's going on. You're just trying to follow your gut, follow your intuition, get out of your comfort zone to actually get what you want. And you're always on that teeter totter of feeling like throwing in the flipping towel. Okay. But here, don't do it, because every time I've experienced fear, worried out in fear, you're toe to toe. Listen, you're toe to toe to what you want. This is your fear barrier. This is what stops you. Okay. If you move back this way, this is your comfort zone. Comfort zone isn't your dream life. Your dream life is on the other side. Okay. So you got to push through. You got to persevere. Sorry, my brain is a little bit wild because I'm paying attention to what they're doing over there. Money and Lucky, the puppies, but they're playing really loud. They're barking at each other, wrestling. I can tell they're wrestling. They're probably fighting over their bones. It's probably what they're really doing. But let's continue. I had to chew and eat my boba there. Okay, the normal reaction is to want to hold on tightly. Let me read it one more time. Now, again, Price Pritchett he kind of writes long sentences. He writes very, very academic. Like, it took me a while to kind of read Neville Goddard, Thomas Troward, Joseph Murphy, and stuff like that, because they write Old English. Then once I get used to reading that, I go back to reading academic stuff that's written like I'm writing a college thesis paper. But I'll read it one more time for you guys. The normal reaction is to want to hold on tightly, but I don't even know if that's grammatically correct. Holy hell. The normal reaction is to want to hold on tightly, but you're going to have to learn to let go. U² is achieved through release. Okay, he worded that really flipping weird, but it is true. I get what he's saying. Listen, the normal reaction when you want something is to hold on tightly to it. Okay. It's like you want to make more money, you want to be a millionaire, but right now, today, okay, you're not a millionaire, but when the money you do have, okay, you got a death grip on it. Okay, when you go to a grocery shop, you have a death grip on it. If you're married, you have a significant other. When they spend money, you're kind of you might go internal with it. You might not say anything, but internal, you kind of have the sweats. You got worried. Oh my God, why do they keep on spending money? You get me on that? And because you got a death grip on it. Now remember, that death grip is what's keeping more money coming to you, because remember, your subconscious mind is very, very impersonal. Your subconscious mind is black and white in every situation. When you have a death grip on it, no matter the reason why you're doing it, no matter if you have a good reason why you're doing it, your subconscious mind looks at it black and white. It looks at it, well, the reason you have a death grip on it is because you don't have. The reason why you have a death grip on it is because you live in poverty. Okay, then that's what keeps on coming to you, because your subconscious mind is black and white. It thinks black and white. Okay, it doesn't think like your conscious mind. Okay, but let's move on to they're playing. I don't even know if you guys can hear that. They're playing in there. I love to watch them play. I'm getting off on tangents. I love to watch them play. I wish I would go in there and film videos of them because there's just, I mean, they're getting pretty close to like 3 months now, but they're so funny. They're brother and sister that come out of the same litter, and even though they look different, so it's yeah, it's they literally play together, follow each other all day long. So it's pretty cute. It's pretty amazing. I mean, I've grew up with dogs and stuff like that, but I mean, usually when I gotten a pet in the past, in my adult life, it's you get one dog at a time, but this time we had two puppies at a time. So it's been quite an ex, an experience. So, but let's continue. To turn loose if you want to jump. Okay, now read it because it's kind of he's writing a little bit different now. The normal reaction is to want to hold on tightly. So whatever you want, your normal reaction is hold on tightly to it. But you're going to have to learn to let go and let God. U² is achieved through release. What you want is by releasing it, letting it go, surrendering to it. You don't worry about it ever again. Okay. Let it be. Okay. So turn loose if you want to jump. Don't be surprised if you grow uneasy. That's a predictable part of the process. When you take the quantum leap, you ride the situation, but you don't really control it all that much. In fact, the only way you control it is by knowing where you're going, continuing the pursuit, and learning from your mistakes. Isn't it so true? Okay, now I'll sum it up. Okay, listen to this. The only thing you control, even through never God or through a law of assumption, the only thing you control is your assumption itself. The only thing you control is what you want itself. Okay, that's the only thing you control. You don't control the how. You don't control how you're going to get it. You don't control where you're going. You don't look for the how. You don't figure it out. Okay, the only thing you control, the only thing you're really in control of is what you want. So the law of assumption is this, to keep it very, very basic. It's whatever you assume to be true for you has to come into your reality. Okay. Bottom line. Okay. So you're in control of your assumptions, what you want. But other than that, the how it's going to happen is not your control. Okay. Your control is knowing what you want, persisting in it, consisting with it, don't giving up, and don't let failure hold you back. If you listen to it this way, failure, okay, is just your perception anyway, because life is happening for you, not to you. So once you start kind of having that mindset, even if you perceive something as negative, life is happening for you. Okay. Like I was just dealing with a situation a couple days ago. That's why I couldn't go live. Okay, and it was one of those situations where I could perceive as a negative, but life is happening for me. How in my situation, because I don't really want to talk about it, is how is it happening for me? Is that it's teaching me that I gotta have standards and boundaries and non-negotiables in my life. And when people overstep my standards and boundaries, well, I'm going to enforce my standards and boundaries. Okay. So the whole process isn't a negative because it's happening for me. It's teaching me something. You understand that? So like in the thing I was going through, it's teaching me to have standards and boundaries. People is are are stepping over my standards and boundaries, and I gotta say, whoa, hey, hang on here. Okay. I'm not gonna let this stuff happen. Makes sense. Okay, now let's continue. A quantum leap is an act of faith, exhilarating and possibly scary at the same time. Okay, it is going to be scary. The reason why it's going to be scary is because you're stepping out of your comfort zone. You're doing things that you normally don't do. You know what I mean? That's the whole point of quantum leaps. Where was I here? A quantum leap is an act of faith, it's an act of belief, exhilarating and possibly scary at the same time. You have to give up a large degree of security and safety, plow through greater amounts of ambiguity and confusion and uncertainty, wrestle with a totally new set of problems, invite failure, and possibly contend with the criticism from other people who have been part of your support group in the past. Okay, that was like a loaded paragraph right there. Um, what I want to say here. Let me see. I'm gonna reread it because I had some thoughts here. A quantum leap is the act of faith, exhilarating and possibly scary at the same time. Well, it's gonna be scary because you're out of your comfort zone. You're making decisions. You're making new decisions that scared you before. You understand that? So you're making new decisions. You're carrying yourself different. You're doing stuff you normally wouldn't do, and you're hoping for a different result. Makes sense? Okay, it is scary. Okay, especially if like you're like me, like in the past, like I grew up very very indecisive. You know what I mean? I didn't make decisions. When I did make decisions, I waited too long to make them, so the decision was made for me. So when I got started getting good at decision making, it scared the shit out of me. You know what I mean? I was nervous. I was anxious. To make decisions. And then you're kind of tossing. Is it the right decision? Is it the right decision? Okay. The bottom line here is we got to learn to trust ourselves. We got to learn to trust our intuition. Follow our intuition. But the little voice that tells you to do something, that little gut feeling that tells you to do something is flipping scary because you've never followed it before. You basically dampered it down, okay, and buried it and ignored it. Then it gets louder and louder and louder. You understand that? Okay. You have to give up a large degree of security and safety. Well, you give up a large, I mean, what he means by that, you do give up a large degree of security and safety because once you step out of your comfort zone, you don't feel safe anymore. It's scary for you. Plow through greater amounts of ambiguity and confusion and uncertainty. Wrestle with a totally new set of problems, invite failure, and possibly contend with the criticism of other people. That's where I kind of want to talk about a little bit. It's because anytime you go after your dream life, anytime you go after what you want, I mean, we would hope that everybody would be on our side. We would hope all of our best friends would have our best interest at heart. We would hope our family would have the best interest at heart. And if we have a significant other right now, maybe you live with them, maybe you're married, whatever, we would hope there would be on our side. But honestly, sometimes, a lot of times, they're not. Okay. Or maybe they make fun of you, crack jokes at you, and stuff like that. But you can't give in to what they think. You understand? And lots of times, and this is going off on a tangent, but lots of times it's really when people are doing that to you, it's really showing you, it's really proving to you that you're probably hanging around the wrong group of people. You understand that? Even if it's significant other, you're probably going out with the wrong type of person. You know what I mean? Okay. But what Price Pritchett is saying is all this is a good sign. Okay. But you have to go through it. If you're experiencing, listen to this, okay, and I know where he's gonna go with this chapter, not this chapter, but this paragraph. Listen to this. If you're experiencing no anxiety or discomfort, the risk you're taking probably isn't worthy of you. Isn't that so true? This is why I said in the beginning, okay, once I got past the the puppies, okay, is that if you're experiencing no anxiety, no discomfort, the risk you're taking is probably not worth it to you. Okay. That's why I said right in the beginning, and I had a brain fart there, was people walking around over here, because I had the door open so I can hear the pups, is is that is when you step outside your comfort zone and you're going after your dream life, it's uncomfortable. It's gonna bring anxiety. It's gonna be worried out and fear. It's gonna creep up, but that should be a sign that you're headed in the right direction. You're doing the right thing. Even Bob Proctor would say this. He said every time that he would feel that he would set a goal, the goal would be so big, and sometimes that goal would keep him up at night. It would scare him. But then he would flip it in his mind. He would talk to his wife and say, you know what? I'm so scared right now. I'm so nervous about this, but I'm so excited at the same time. And his wife would say, why? Why? And he's like, because I know I'm on the right track. I know I'm going towards my goal, towards what I want, towards my dream life, because I'm scared. I'm nervous. Okay. You have to switch it. You got to switch your mind up. Okay. The only risks that aren't listen to this. The only risks that aren't a little scary are the ones you've outgrown. Okay. That's your comfort zone. A high comfort a high comfort level provides solid evidence that you're playing it safe, not growing, not really testing your limits at all, and not in the process of a quantum leap. You might be making gradual progress. That's possible, but you're not going for a breakthrough. You're not going for U squared. You're not going towards your dream life. Okay. And isn't it so true? Even a long, long time ago, when I got out of high school and got out of college and stuff like that, when I started looking back at people's lives, this is what I started noticing. Okay, is that people stop growing after they graduate high school. Okay, and then if you went to college, people stop growing after they graduate college. Okay, and you might agree with me, disagree with me like that. Like if you have a type of job, you have to hold certifications and stuff like that. Most of these certifications are bogus. Okay, all these credit hours that you need. I know. I mean, dude, I know this stuff because I've had certifications and stuff like that before in the past. And most of the time, when people show up to their certification classes, they go sign in and they leave. I mean, they treat it like a 3-day vacation. Not all of them, not all people, but pretty much people stop growing, stop improving themselves once they're out of high school. Once they're out of college, they start going backwards. You know what I mean? They slowly go backwards because there's so much in their comfort zone that they're slowly going backwards. Now remember, this is all energy. This is all scientifically proven because energy is always moving through and through out of form. Okay. If energy is constantly moving, this just proves that energy is not stagnant. We don't stay the same. We don't stay stagnant. We're either growing or dying. We're either getting better or worse. That's just the laws of the universe. All laws of the universe has a polar opposite. Okay. If you're not getting better, well, you're getting you're getting worse. Bottom line. If you're not growing and moving forward, you're moving backwards. You understand? So, but and unfortunately, most people are moving backwards because they think they stay the same and they don't stay the same. They gradually get worse. Okay. So that's what kind of Price Pritchett is talking about here. Let's run through this paragraph super fast. If you're experiencing no anxiety or discomfort, the risk you're taking probably isn't worth it for you. The only risks that aren't a little scary are the ones you've outgrown. A high comfort level provides solid evidence that you're playing it safe, not growing, not testing your limits at all, and not in the process of a quantum leap. You might be making gradual progress. That's possible, but you're not going for a breakthrough. You're not going for a breakthrough in your life. U² carries you beyond your commonplace everyday habits and calls for a little more nerve. So just go into the expecting of a touch of anxiety. Uneasiness is predictable psychological reaction when a quantum leap is underway. It has been said that if you will do the thing you fear, death of fear is certain. Isn't it true? It has been said that if you do the thing that you fear, you do the thing that you're scared of, the death of fear is certain. It's not scary to you anymore. Courage is not the absence of fear and anxiety, it's proceeding in spite of those feelings. So press on. So when he wrapped this up, courage is not the absence of fear. Everybody has fear. All the most successful people in the world, listen to this, and I know this for a fact. All the most successful people in the world have fear. The only difference between you and them is because you let fear cripple you and you let fear keep you and you run back to your comfort zone. And a successful person, when they feel fear, when they feel anxiety, they press on. They press through it. Okay. They don't let fear stop them. Okay. And when I worked in entertainment, and I worked in entertainment industry for like 15 years, and I still work in there from time to time and stuff like that, because I still got all my union cards and stuff. I can, I can still, if they're filming in Thailand, if I wanted to work, I probably could. But anyway, like when you work on set and you're around the celebrities and stuff like that, when you start talking to them, you start talking to them about acting and auditioning and stuff like that. You start learning that dude, they're nervous, but they're nervous just like you are. No matter how long they do it, they're nervous just like you, but they don't let fear stop them. They don't let the nerve stop them. But see, what you're doing is you're letting your nerve stop you. That's the only difference between you and a successful person, you and a wealthy person. Or let's break it down, you and somebody living their dream life. Okay. You or somebody living the life on their terms. Okay. That's what you have to understand. The only thing a successful person has done is is they managed how fear affects them. They still have fear, they still have anxiety, they still have doubt and worry, but they don't let it stop them. They don't let it cripple them. You understand what I'm saying? And the thing is we all have fear. Okay, we all don't have the same fears. Okay, kind of what scares me won't scare you, but what scares you don't scare me. You get me on that? Like I've told this, I've explained this before. Is like I love to travel. I've traveled all my life. Like once I became an adult, once I got out of college, and traveled all around the United States, travel international, been to many countries. I live abroad now, lived abroad for the last 4 years. And, even talk about traveling and living abroad and stuff like that, that's for some people, that is flipping scary. You know what I mean? Me, it don't phase me at all. You know what I mean? It don't phase me at all, dude. I'm just being honest. Okay. But there's other things that bring anxiety, bring doubt and worry, bring a little bit of fear, a little bit of fear creeps in. But I can't get in a habit, and you can't get in a habit too. You can't get in a habit of letting fear stop you. You got to get in a habit where you feel fear, but you do it anyways. That's what you got to do. Okay. That's how you have to train yourself. Make sense? But anyway, friends, anyway, tribe, just wanted to pop on here, do this book review. And because I know I missed the last couple days. I know there's been a little bit of a comedy show in the beginning. Had the puppies run in here, had to take care of them, but it's all the nature of the beast. Going live and doing stuff, doing live streams and stuff like that, and that's going to come. And I can't, I'm kind of getting away a little bit from, I do like a lot of the professional videos and stuff like that while I'm quiet, and they're well edited and stuff like that. But I'm also kind of putting in, content where I do one take wonders. I'm doing more vlog, and going more live, and whatever happens on the live stream, whatever happens on a live stream has to happen. You know what I mean? Because that's my life. That's the whole point. I don't want to hide my life from you guys. Okay. I want to be transparent as I possibly can. So that's kind of my thought process through everything. And really wanted to start doing the last, 2, 3 weeks. I've been going live almost every day, but I've been missing a day here and there because it's kind of been hectic a little bit. But just want to jump on here, see how everybody was doing, do the book review here. Then I will see everybody tomorrow. And if you have questions about this, always comment. Even if we're doing kind of a more of a book review or something like that, you can always leave a comment. You always jump on the chat. That stuff don't bother me. I'll look at the question you have. Then, if I'm in mid thought or mid paragraph, mid reading something, I'll see it. Then I'll get to your question later on. So that stuff don't bother me or anything like that, because I'm on the big screen here. I'm not on my phone. I can kind of see everything pretty clearly with my glasses on. And but anyway, guys, cheers to you. I'm in Thailand. Wherever you are, you may be getting ready for bed. That's why sometimes I'll get questions like, "Well, Chad, don't you ever sleep? Why are you doing a live stream so late?" And it's like, I'm in Thailand. It's a weird time. So, but anyway, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow when I go live. And let me find the buttons for this.